I saw a post that said black men would have been okay with slavery if it only happened to black women. And yes, the answer is yes.
A woman said that she saw a post that said that black men would have been okay with slavery if it only happened to women, if it only happened to black women. And people had things to say about it. Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Amomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are discussing some certain things that people have said and people's thought about it. Especially the lady who said she saw a post that said that black men would be okay with slavery if it was only affecting women, and how some men responded to it. So let's check out what exactly she said, what people have to say about it, and some other things that people have said about men and women's dynamic, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now let's get into this video.
I saw a post that said black men would have been okay with slavery if it only happened to black women. And yes, the answer is yes, they would have. It probably would have lasted a lot longer too.
Probably. I'm not sure. I don't know. Wow. What happened? Why is this speechless?
To actually think that's fucking true.
Who?
Blows my mind. Y'all don't hate black men this much. Y'all don't think black men hate y'all this much. You know what? Everybody gather around and walk with me. Take a walk with me, man, because we're gonna touch something real quick. We're gonna touch on something real quick because just seeing these topics, y'all are running out of ideas. So we just gotta touch this real quick, man. We at the gym. Right outside the gym. We're gonna touch some fucking grass. Shut up.
So I can't find this video. But I really wanted to stitch this video so bad, but I can't find it. This young black lady got on this app on the internet. I don't know where this video came from. And she says, if slavery was only geared towards black women, black men would be helping white people enslave black women. Black men would be for slavery if it was just for black women alone. So the people that do these takes, like, you can tell that they don't have any family portrait at all whatsoever. Not on the wall, not in the living room, not on the refrigerator. You can tell that these people got no family portraits, right? You can tell that there's no love at home, right?
What do you mean?
But I'm trying to see if TikTok, please help me. Is this rage? Do you guys think this is rage baiting? People are really looking for views, or some people just really need a hug? Cause, like, what in your right mind will make you go online to do these sort of takes, right? Just because your life sucks doesn't give you the right to come online and try to piss us off and try to make us have a bad day. You know what I mean? All right, so I want to take a quick poll. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think it is? Is it rage baiting? Are people really that dumb? Really that stupid? Because if it is, then... All right, is it rage baiting? Are people really that dumb? Are people really fiending for attention that much? Or do people just want to be victims so bad? Do you think victimhood has gone to a whole new level? You know, people just want to feel hated, like, oh, I'm so hated by black men. And what do you guys think it is? Just let me know in the comment section, because I don't know anymore. I don't know.
people get engaged, wait 2 years to then get married. I'm sorry, what was the point of your engagement? If you do not progress things forward the way that they do, these things start to lose
And
value,
people
which
get
they have in
engaged
our society.
7 years
Marriage has
for
lost
what?
value, engagement has lost value, relationships have lost value. And it's like, yeah, because we don't understand the natural process that we actually preserve with the terminology. When somebody gets engaged, they get married shortly after. Shortly after now is 2 to 3 years. That's not an engagement. The whole point of the engagement is that you guys start to realize that you're building a life together and you're going to make a commitment that's long lasting. The point of that is to actually bound the man and the woman together. But there's so much breaks. Every time you put a break on the natural process, you diminish and destroy the polarity and mutual respect that you have for each other. Because you know what you tell each other? Really? I can put you on hold. And for people that agree to that, there won't be any value. Enjoy being disrespected in the relationship.
What do I gain being nice to a man? Nice. Why would I take time out of my day to be nice to a man?
I think a lot of men and a lot of women would realize how hateful they sound towards the opposite gender if they replaced men/women with a race or ethnicity. Because in any common sense world, if a guy came on here or a girl came on here saying anything about like, yeah, what do I gain from being nice to Mexican people? Everyone would be like, what did you just say? But for some reason, when we group it all together and we say, what do I gain from being nice to a guy? Like they're some type of like automatically horrible, race of human beings. When in reality, I'm sure there's several men in your life that are great people. And wouldn't you hate if they were treated terribly solely because they're men? I think it's so weird when women who don't like men or men who don't like women, when they're asked about like the genders, they naturally just think of like the worst people in that category. And that's what they assume all of them are like. And I know the common reaction for a lot of women is they throw a lot of data at us. They'll be like, well, most violent offenders are men, or most this is men, most that is men. And then we do the same for women. But like, if that's how you're going to base whether you should like or dislike any demographic, that's still the same thing. We could just insert, well, this ethnicity is responsible for most of the crime, so I'm completely, viable to dislike that whole entire group of people. No, you'd still be classified as a racist person. The fact that it needs to be explained to you that you don't gain anything from being nice to a man or a woman, you just are being a kind person, shows that you clearly have some type of animosity towards that gender. Because I don't gain anything from being nice to women, and I don't gain anything from being nice to men, but I just do it because I like to do it. If you've ever asked yourself, why do I have to be nice to this specific group of demographic of people? I don't really gain anything from doing that. You probably don't really like them that much, but that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
You haven't even got a job at this minute in time. How are you going to support a new baby?
Well, I thought I'd come back and live with you.
Oh, yeah, I bet you bloody well did.
I thought you
bet
like
you did.
that. You get to see the baby more.
You get to see the baby more. I've brought you up for the past bloody 17 years. This isn't funny.
I know.
It's not funny.
I don't think it's
Who's
funny.
the father? Who's the father?
Obviously, it's Jamie. Obviously.
He hasn't even got a bloody job. How's he
Yes,
gonna?
he does. He resells trainers on eBay.
Oh, bloody hell, yeah, that's a steady income
Oh my God,
coming
yeah,
in,
it
isn't it?
literally
Jesus
is.
Christ. But you're telling your mother, I aren't, because she'll go nuts.
I've got the same present for her.
What? To say that you're bloody pregnant?
Yeah.
That's hardly a present, mate. That's a prison sentence for
How?
us for the next
How?
17 bloody years.
How?
Because you can't bring it up. You're only a child yourself.
Well,
Absolutely fantastic.
I can't
Well
have a
done.
baby in a uni
I
house.
tell you what, you'll have to look after yourself, right? You've made your bed and you're lying it now, right? You're big enough to go to bed with the guy. You're big enough to open your legs for him. You can be big enough to look after yourself.
The hate that I receive on this app is not just because I'm a black woman speaking about black women. It's because I'm a dark-skinned black woman who's attractive that black women don't like. Now, I'm just giving my opinion on what I believe. I feel like so many black women project onto dark-skinned women such as myself because they try to have this like fake pity. Oh, she must have issues as a dark-skinned woman. She must not love herself. She's just happy that she got chosen, as if like, you don't gotta feel bad for me. Like, that whole colorism thing that is done in the black community by black women still exists. And I feel like that's what I deal with on a regular basis on this app. You can't believe that who I am, how I look, how I carry myself as a black, dark-skinned black woman can exist with intelligence, using my voice. Is almost like she finally got the courage to speak up because nobody cared about her when she was young because she's dark-skinned. No, baby, that was never the case for me, ever. I didn't get bullied. I didn't get picked on for being dark-skinned. Whatever I felt came from just watching TV and seeing things from, like, wow, maybe because of this or because of that. But I hate this fake pity that they try to do and project onto dark-skinned women, as if we almost don't have a right to speak up, or we're finally speaking up because no one cared about us. And that's not the case. One thing for sure, two things for certain. If I was unattractive, because these women know that I'm not. They know that I'm not. They know that I'm not. But if I was, I don't even think I would be a threat to their content, to their conversation. But because I'm dark skinned and I'm attractive, baby, like, they have nothing to say but that. So stop with the pity. Stop trying to find a way to project on myself or any other dark skinned woman who speaks up. We speak up because we can. That's it. Point blank and period.
Sometimes I wish that women that look like myself, black women, would not be so mean and so judgmental to other black women, right? I love a friendly, nice, sweet, kind, loving black woman, okay? I love it. I love that. But what I don't like is, y'all know I'm a spin instructor, and with being a spin instructor, you meet other people that don't really look like yourself half of the time. And so we're all in a group, we're just talking or whatever, and the person may come up and they may talk to another instructor or whatever, give them a hug and talk to them. And it's not the fact that I care or anything like that when I'm around, but it's just kind of like you don't exist. And I feel like when we assist, I like to say, hey, how you doing? And half of the time it's just nothing back. I get nothing back besides just nasty looks. Then they walk in the classroom, they're about to take my class, and they don't realize I'm the instructor. And it's crazy, because when they realize that I'm the instructor, after class they want to come talk to me. They want to, oh, how did you get in this industry? Like, what made you do this? But at first you were being so... And while I'm on this topic, when I think about it, while working in finance, especially when it comes down to women, and I'm just going to say all women, but especially women that look like myself, black women, would be so nasty to me in those spaces. And I'm not talking about banking or anything. I'm talking more on the lines of like wealth management, okay? So when they come in, or when they would say little stuff to me, it was always negative to me, or it was always like I didn't matter, and they would want to talk to the white person, or the white male, or the white girl, but they would ignore me, act like I don't exist, or they would give me the nastiest, tooted up, booted up faces, like I did something, like I peed in their Cheerios that morning, like they knew me personally. I don't get it, and I didn't get it, and I didn't try to figure out why you were so nasty and so mean. Then half of the time I would realize and find out we had a lot in common, or they would be my sorority sister. And they would look at me so nasty and treat me so bad. And you know what? That's why I always say you treat people the way you want to be treated. Because you don't know who people are. So why would you do that?
Okay, so we're seeing what people have to say. I would love to hear your own opinion. So please leave your comment in the comment section. Now, the lady who said she saw a post where they said that black men will be okay with slavery if it was black women that were being enslaved, and guys were having a reaction to a statement and how she feels like that post was actually right. Now, I don't know anything about if black men would be okay with slavery if it was black women that were being enslaved, but I have a thought that might be controversial, might be unpopular, but I feel like, especially for Nigerians, I feel like if slavery, colonialism was still an okay thing, if people were not bashing against it, if people did not think it was cruel, if people thought it was okay, it was not that bad of a sin, it was not bad of a thing, that a lot of black people, a lot of Nigerian people will be okay with it. In fact, they will even actively participate in helping to get slaves. And that's my own opinion, because there are so many things that you see some particular people, the politicians, do, and you will still see people defending them even though they know it's wrong. But because of they think they will have access to the money that those ones have, they would support, even to the extent that if their family member, and this is my own opinion, if their family member is unalived right in front of them and they were supposed to give a witness account that would help to put the politician in jail, and the politician gives them an option of paying them off maybe like 10 million or 20 million or something, most of them would take that 20 million. They would give the excuse, oh, it's God's will that the person was supposed to be unalive. Now maybe that person was supposed to be the person that would help the family to go out of poverty, or some stupid excuse just to support the nasty thing that the politician has done, and just to get that money. So in my opinion, there's no difference between the ancestors that sold people for mirror, alcohol, and the other things that the white men brought, and they helped them to kidnap and sell off their own people. So I think that if slavery was still a thing, if it was not something that people look down on, it's not something that is now really like a crime, some black people, black men will actively participate in it. In fact, she said something about if it was black women that would be enslaved, they would be some black men would be okay with it. I feel like if it was black women, I'm talking about African women now, or Nigerian. Now, I feel like for some Nigerian men or some Nigerian people, not just men, the Nigerian people, they might even gaslight the women and say, oh, do you know, you will go outside, you might even be the master's favorite, you know, and try to make it seem like it's a good thing. And the fact that there are still some countries in Africa that some people enslave other people, it's not a far off thing to think that some people would actually be okay with slavery if it was not banned and criminalized in a lot of countries. And that is the honest truth. So I don't think that that statement is far off for some place. I don't necessarily think that it is 100% true when you consider black American men, but for black African men, for some black African men, I feel like that idea would not be something that they would look down on. Honestly, that's my own opinion. That's my personal opinion. It's unpopular, it's controversial, it's going to trigger a lot of people, but from some of the characteristics that people have done, some of the behavior that people are having, and some of the things that people enable, I don't think that some black people will entirely look down on slavery if it was going to benefit them in a better way. That's my own opinion. Now, the guy that was talking about how people are having long engagement, 2 years, 3 years, and he doesn't understand why people are having long engagement. Like, I personally don't understand it myself, because growing up, when someone is engaged, when you know somebody is already engaged, you know that within 6 months or something, or within 1 year, they've done their marriage. In fact, they might have done court marriage, they might have done traditional marriage. It might just be the big white wedding that we are being invited to. So they have already started the process of being a married couple. But lately I've been hearing some people are getting engaged, and they'll be engaged for 7 years, they'll be engaged for 10 years. The girl is wearing a ring for how many years? In fact, some people will call them Lord of the Rings, because it doesn't make sense to me how you would be wearing somebody's engagement ring for 7 years and you guys have not decided to have a wedding. I don't think I don't understand that. In my own opinion, if you've decided to get engaged, it means you want to be a married couple, you want to join yourself together as one. So why are you waiting 7 years, 5 years, 3 years? Now, some people have said that, okay, it might be because they have to book a wedding center or wedding venue, whatever. I don't think that is an excuse not to get married, because the wedding venue is for the celebration, is for whatever they are doing. You can go to court and first get the certificate and be married. Then you can do the celebration later. Must you do the whole thing 2 years, 3 years? You're waiting for a venue to open. Like, I don't get it. Personally, I don't get it. Now, yes, you want to do the big thing, but you can also be moving towards being a married couple within a 6 months. Now, this is my own personal opinion, but people who have gotten married, people who want to get married, they want to do everything big, they want to do it as they've dreamed of. And if it's going to take years for them to get to that point where they can afford to do it the way they've dreamed of, they would rather take staying engaged for years. And I personally don't see how that is a great thing, in my own opinion, because it puts a lot of pressure on you. You could have moved forward with a lot of things, but then again, people have preference for things. So people have been dreaming of getting married for a long time, and they want to get married once and do it right. So I guess I understand people having dreams and working towards their dreams, but 7 years, 3 years of being engaged, I don't know. I really don't know. Most time I feel like it's the guy that is not interested in committing to that relationship, but just wanted to use the engagement to keep the lady. That's what I feel. Now some people say, oh, maybe the guy got engaged to the lady or asked the lady to marry him before he travels outside. I'm like, you can always do a wedding ceremony, go to court with the registry, at least give her a definite position than getting engaged, keeping her there. Meanwhile, when you're outside, you're doing all sorts of things and not saying, you keep saying, oh, I'm single, because technically you're single. You're just engaged. You're not married. When you're married, you're now married. You're not single anymore. It's just weird to me anyway. I think that maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the way I grew up, maybe, I don't know, or maybe it's just my mindset as I'm older. I really don't know, but I find it very weird to see people who have been engaged for 5 years, 7 years, 4 years. What is up? Anyway, that is my own thought about long engagement. That's my own thought about the whole slavery conversation. I would love to hear what you think about it. Please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that I said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.